What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sports Talk with Justin. Today, I'm going to be giving you my NFL Week 18 predictions. I cannot believe that we are in the last week of the regular season. A lot of huge games this week. Two playoff spots on the line, and then playoff seeding is still a mess, especially in the NFC. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get right into it. I will say that is not my accurate season record. My record is 161 and 94. If I hit 100 losses, I will do whatever the top comment of this video says. Has to be reasonable and legal. Let's see what I did last year. I went 165 and 105. So I'm going to beat last year's win total, which is pretty good. So if you guys enjoy it, let's get right into it. Like I said, Carolina and Tampa Bay. This is a movie for Carolina Panthers fans. This is huge. We haven't been in this boat in years. All the frustration of 5 wins, 2 wins, 7, 8 wins. We are finally competing for a playoff spot for the first time since 2017 is when we last won our division. I am so excited for this opportunity for the Panthers. I hope we win, and I think we're going to win. I think Tampa Bay is a depleted team. Attitude wise, I think they are frustrated and they're kind of defeated. They've only won one of their last like 7, 8 games. I think Carolina will go in there, get the win the NFC South, and I will be wearing a NFC South championship t-shirt Monday. Next up, we have the Seahawks against 49ers for the number 1 seed in the NFC. I'm going to take the 49ers at home. I think they're going to do a good job of stopping Seattle's offense. This is going to be a really good game, though. I think it's going to be kind of high scoring. Niners are coming off their best game of the year, in my opinion, against the Bears. That was arguably game of the year. It was a really good game. Niners, Brock Purdy lit it up. I think they'll get the win here and get the number 1 overall seed. Why did I say overall? So yeah. Sunday early window. A lot of these games are tough to predict because a lot of teams are resting starters and some of them haven't even announced it yet. I don't think there will be as much resting as usual, considering the fact that, especially in the NFC, there's a lot of playoff seeds on the line. I think Green Bay's only team locked and loaded. I think they're resting their starters. I'm still going to take them. I think Max Brosmer played really, really bad last week. I don't think he's anywhere near an NFL quarterback right now. I know Minnesota's defense carried them last week, but I think this is going to be an ugly game. Going to be like 13-10 Packers win on the road. They're going to get that grit, complementary football, tough physical win over the Vikings. I could see this going either way, though. This was one of the hardest games to pick. Saints and Falcons. I'm going to take the Falcons at home. I think the Falcons will end the season on a win streak. I think New Orleans has been playing well. I know Chris Olave's out this game. I think both these teams will have a really good game, potentially overtime, but I think Bijan Robinson will take over and the Falcons will beat the Saints. Browns at Bengals. I'm going to take the Bengals. Obviously, the Bengals are out, so they're not resting anybody. I think Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase is going to go crazy. I do think Myles Garrett is going to get the sack record, and unfortunately, it's going to be on Joe Burrow. Bengals offensive line has struggled, especially against Myles Garrett over the years. He is determined more than anything to get that sack goal. I think he wants to get that more than actually win the game. So I think that's what's going to happen. Cowboys at Giants. I'm going to take the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to have a blowout here. They're going to go 8-8-1. Perfect mid-season for the Cowboys. Obviously, last week they had a good game on Christmas against the Commanders. Started fast, finished fast. But I think they're going to go start to finish, destroy the Giants, and the Giants will be starting their coaching search ASAP. Titans and Jaguars, tough one to predict. I think the Jaguars are playing their starters due to the fact that they could go from the 3rd seed to the 1st seed potentially if they have some help, and they could go from the 3rd seed to the 7th seed. I'm going to take the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars win at home. I know Titans have been competitive, but I think Jaguars aren't going to let this one go, especially right before the playoffs, and I think Houston's on the same boat. I think Houston will get the win there. I don't know if Houston will rest their starters. I think they should rest Shroud, considering all the hits he's been taking, but either way, I think those two teams win. I know Phillip Rivers isn't going to play. They're going to go to Riley Leonard, see what the young kid has entering the final week of the regular season. But I think the Jaguars and Texans both get the win in the last week of the season. Then we have an unusual amount of late games in the Sunday late window, which is understandable because there's no Monday Night Football, no Thursday Night Football. I think they could have put another game on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Like maybe a game like, I don't know, um, Lions and Bears could have been 1 o'clock Saturday, or maybe like Colts and Texans, like a game like that. That could have been 1 o'clock Saturday. But either way, Buffalo Jets, resting or not, I'm taking Buffalo. I don't think Brady Cook has what it takes to walk to Buffalo and get the win. I think Buffalo will kind of destroy them. Will the Jets get their first interception of the season? We'll see. If they don't, it's embarrassing history. Lions at Bears. I'm taking Lions upset on the road against the Bears. I think the Bears kind of had their eyes set. They won their division, their eyes set on the playoffs. They're going to let this game go over them, and they're going to, go to the playoffs. Either way, I think the Lions will pull off the upset here, finish above 500. Chargers at Broncos. This is a tough one because I know the Broncos are resting starters and the Chargers are resting Herbert. If the Chargers rest one starter on that offensive line, it's going to be even bad. I can see Denver's backup defensive lineman still getting into the backfield and hitting Trey Lance. I think Denver gets a win here, especially at home. I don't think Trey Lance will go there in the high altitude and beat Denver. Chiefs and Raiders, I'm taking the Chiefs. Cardinals at Rams, I'm taking the Rams. Rams get a much needed bounce back win. That game against the Falcons was kind of embarrassing for them. They're going to bounce back. Rams, I think, are undefeated after a loss this season, so they will build off that and they will get the win here. Dolphins and Patriots, resting or not, I'm going Patriots. Commanders and Philly, I'm taking Commanders to pull off the upset. I think the only reason I'm really doing this is because the Commanders had a lot of fire to play with last time they played. They kind of barely lost. They had a good lead, and then there was fighting. So I think that's kind of signs of a split. I think the Commanders will somehow pull off the upset, especially if Philly rests. I don't think they will, but I'm taking Commanders. Sunday Night Football, Ravens get an easy win over Pittsburgh to officially close out the regular season. Comment down below who you think's going to win the Super Bowl. That's going to be the question of the video. Please subscribe. Check out all my other videos. Check out our TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Genie Sports Talk. Let me know what you guys thought of this NFL regular season. Monday will be NFL Week 18 reactions. Tuesday, what do I usually do Tuesday? Probably Panthers film. Wednesday, we'll do playoff power rankings. And then Thursday or Friday, probably Thursday, we'll do a bracket for the playoffs. And then Friday, we'll just do another sports update. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep pounding.